Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst lush green mountains, there lived a wise and compassionate Buddhist monk. This monk was known for his simplicity, honesty, and straightforwardness. He believed in the power of truth and always spoke his mind without any hidden intentions or deceit. One day, a group of villagers approached the monk seeking his guidance on a matter of great importance. They were facing a dilemma, as they had discovered that some individuals in their community were engaging in dishonest practices and betraying the trust of others. The villagers were distraught and wanted to know how to deal with such deceitful behavior. The monk listened attentively to their concerns and pondered for a moment. He then began to share a story, a parable that would shed light on the situation they were facing. The story was about a young merchant who was known for his shrewdness and cunning ways. In the story, the young merchant was highly successful in his business dealings. He would often manipulate situations and deceive others to gain an unfair advantage. His dishonesty knew no bounds, and he would go to great lengths to cheat his customers, suppliers, and even his own partners. Despite his material success, the young merchant lived a life filled with anxiety and fear. He was constantly worried about being exposed and losing everything he had gained through his deceitful practices. His relationships were shallow and lacked trust, as people soon realized his true nature and distanced themselves from him. One day, the young merchant came across a wise old man who had a reputation for being honest and straightforward. Intrigued by the old man's demeanor, the merchant approached him and asked for advice on how to become more successful in his business. The old man looked at the young merchant with compassion and said, "My dear friend, true success lies not in deceit and betrayal, but in honesty and integrity. The more straightforward you are in your dealings, the more trust and respect you will earn from others." The young merchant was taken aback by these words. He had always believed that dishonesty was the key to success. However, something within him resonated with the old man's wisdom. He decided to change his ways and embrace honesty in his business and personal life. As time passed, the young merchant's reputation began to change. People started to trust him, and his business flourished even more than before. His customers were loyal, his suppliers were reliable, and his partners were trustworthy. The young merchant realized that the path of honesty and straightforwardness not only brought him success, but also inner peace and contentment. The monk concluded the story, leaving the villagers with a profound message. He emphasized that the path of dishonesty and betrayal may seem tempting in the short term, but it ultimately leads to a life filled with fear, anxiety, and broken relationships. On the other hand, the path of honesty and straightforwardness may require patience and perseverance, but it leads to true success, genuine connections, and a peaceful heart. The villagers were deeply moved by the story and the monk's words. They realized that the solution to their dilemma lay in embracing honesty and integrity in their own lives. Inspired by the Buddhist story of dishonesty and betrayal, they vowed to be more straightforward in their dealings and to create a community built on trust and mutual respect. And so the village embarked on a journey of transformation, guided by the wisdom of the Buddhist story. They learned that the more straightforward they were in their actions and words, the less likely they were to be cheated or betrayed. They understood that true success and happiness could only be achieved through honesty, integrity, and a commitment to the well-being of others. Once the villagers embraced honesty and integrity, they started to see positive changes in their community. They formed a committee dedicated to promoting transparency and accountability in all aspects of village life. This committee implemented strict measures to prevent dishonest practices and ensure that everyone was treated fairly. They established a code of conduct that emphasized the importance of honesty and discouraged deceitful behavior. To encourage trust and openness, the villagers organized regular community gatherings where they could openly discuss any concerns or issues they were facing. These meetings provided a platform for individuals to share their experiences and seek advice from one another. They also invited guest speakers, including the monk, who would share their wisdom and insights on maintaining honesty and straightforwardness in daily life. As the village continued on its path of transformation, neighboring communities took notice of their success. They were inspired by the positive changes and decided to adopt similar principles in their own villages. The story of the young merchant and the wise old man became a popular parable, spreading far and wide, inspiring people to prioritize honesty and integrity in their actions. The village became renowned for its integrity and began attracting visitors from faraway lands who were curious to witness the harmonious and trustworthy community. This influx of visitors brought economic opportunities for the villagers as they started to engage in fair trade and eco-tourism. The village became a model of sustainable development, with its success rooted in the principles of honesty and straightforwardness. As time went on, the village continued to thrive, guided by the wisdom of the Buddhist story. The once distraught villagers now lived in a close-knit and supportive community, where trust and mutual respect were the foundations of their interactions. The lessons learned from the young merchant's journey had transformed not only their lives, but also the destiny of the entire village. In this transformed village, the people also recognized the importance of education in shaping the character of future generations. They established a school where children were taught the values of honesty and integrity from a young age. The curriculum focused not only on academic subjects, but also on moral and ethical teachings. The school became a center for learning and instilling values in the hearts of the young villagers. The children were encouraged to think critically, ask questions, and always choose the path of truth. They learned about the consequences of dishonesty and how it could harm not only themselves, but also the community as a whole. The success of the school's approach was evident as the children grew up to be responsible individuals who upheld the principles of honesty and straightforwardness. They became the future leaders and role models of the village, ensuring that the legacy of integrity was passed on to the next generation. Through their commitment to honesty and mutual respect, the villagers not only created a prosperous and peaceful community, but also inspired others to follow suit. The Buddhist story of dishonesty and betrayal became a timeless lesson, reminding people that the more straightforward they were in their actions, the more trust and respect they would earn. The village also recognized the importance of promoting ethical business practices beyond its borders. They established a fair trade initiative that aimed to support and empower artisans and farmers in neighboring communities. By ensuring fair wages and working conditions, as well as promoting sustainable production methods, the villagers sought to create a network of trusted partners who shared their commitment to honesty and integrity. Through this fair trade initiative, the village was able to establish strong economic ties with other communities, fostering a sense of collaboration and mutual respect. Together, they worked towards creating a more just and equitable society where dishonest practices had no place. Furthermore, the village actively participated in regional conferences and events focused on promoting transparency and ethical business practices. They shared their experiences and insights, inspiring others to adopt similar principles in their own communities. As the reputation of the village grew, so did its influence. Government officials and policymakers were drawn to the village to learn from its success and explore ways to incorporate honesty and integrity into their governance systems. The village became a beacon of hope for those striving to create a more trustworthy and accountable society. In their pursuit of promoting honesty and integrity, the transformed village decided to establish a system of rewards and recognition for individuals who consistently demonstrated these values in their actions and interactions. They believed that by acknowledging and celebrating the efforts of those who embodied honesty and straightforwardness, they could inspire others to follow suit. The village introduced an annual Integrity Award, which would be given to a member of the community who had consistently displayed outstanding integrity and had made a positive impact on the village as a whole. In conclusion, the Buddhist story of the young merchant and the wise old man had a profound impact on the village, leading to a transformation rooted in honesty and integrity. The villagers embraced these values, creating a close-knit community built on trust and mutual respect. They established a committee, implemented strict measures, and organized community gatherings to promote transparency and accountability. The village became renowned for its integrity, attracting visitors and economic opportunities. They also recognized the importance of education, establishing a school that instilled moral and ethical teachings. The children grew up to be responsible individuals, upholding the principles of honesty. The village's success inspired others, leading to collaborations, regional conferences, and government interest. They established a fair trade initiative, promoting ethical business practices and creating a network of trusted partners. The village became a beacon of hope, influencing governance systems and establishing a system of rewards and recognition for individuals who embodied honesty and straightforwardness. The annual Integrity Awards celebrated those who made a positive impact on the village. Through their commitment to honesty and integrity, the villagers not only transformed their own lives, but also inspired others to prioritize these values in their actions, creating a more trustworthy and accountable society.